Krásny dobrý deň, moje meno je Roman a agentúra Scandy. Aj formou týchto videí sa snažíme trošku propagovať štúdium v zahraničí. V tomto videu som si pripravil pre vás dvoch hostí, sú z Fínska. Myslím si, že Fínsko sa začína stávať pomaličky ako keby novodobým Dánskom. V Dánsku veľa odborov zrušili a veľa študentov rozmýšľa práve o Fínsku ako o ich finálnej destinácii pre štúdium. We will conduct this interview a little bit in English because I have here Kirsi Sivers and she's from school Kajani and she doesn't speak any Slovak, so I think so it will be better if we can do it in English. Hello, Kirsi.
Hello.
And also I have here a Czech student and we will be speaking later in Czech and Slovak. Tobias. Hello, Tobias, and thank you for doing this.
Hello, Roman. Thank you.
And Tobias is studying at Kajani in Finland, so he is the one who can share the real experience and his opinion. And we are happy that you both here. So, Kirsi, if we can start with you a little bit, if you could introduce Kajani, how big is the school, what study programs you have? Just let's start with this.
Okay, thank you, Roman. Yes, so Kajani University of Applied Sciences, it's located in the middle of Finland in a small town, and we are a rather small university, which we find also as our advantage. So we currently have approximately 3,000 students and about 300 of them are foreign. So actually that's quite a nice number for our size. And we have 4 programs currently that are fully taught in English. So you can study international business, e-sports business, tourism, or sports and leisure management with us.
And I believe you are not research university, you are University of Applied Sciences.
Exactly.
Which means it's easy to
it means that our studies are very practically oriented. So of course the students learn the theories, but then there's always the part where they try to apply the theory into practice. So there are a lot of projects related to local companies, for example, and the practical element for the studies. And studies also include a practical training.
Speaking about 300 foreign students, I believe it's a good bunch of people studying at Kajani. Which nationalities you have there?
There's actually more than 50 different nationalities, so the students come really all over the world, but we have a lot of students from different Asian countries like Vietnam, Philippines, for example. Then we have European students from Czech and Slovak. We also have UK students, German students, also from Africa, and really all over the world.
We didn't mention one important key fact, and that is that education in Finland is free of charge. Why do you support European students and give them education for free?
Well, this is the Ministry of Education in Finland who makes these decisions. So all the universities in Finland and universities of applied science are public universities, and we are supported and funded by the ministry. And it is in the law and regulations that education is free of charge for European students.
So hopefully it will stay like this for some while, so more students can experience the Finnish educational system.
Yes.
Kirsi, I believe there is a slightly difference between, let's say, Denmark or Netherlands. In number of years, the bachelor studies last. I believe in Finland, it's not 3 years. It's at some programs, it's 4 years.
Yes, in engineering programs, it's 4 years, but in all of our bachelor programs, it's 3.5 years.
And all the students are collecting credits. It's pretty much similar like in other countries.
Yeah, 210 ECTS credits. The total number.
Okay, let's speak a bit with Tobias, because you are the student and you have your experience from first hand. Tobias, budeme sa baviť po slovensky. Aby to bolo uveriteľné, že naozaj alebo Slovák žije vo Fínsku. Keby sme začali tým, aká bola tvoja cesta do Fínska, ale nie fyzicky, ako si sa dostal, prečo neštuduješ v Čechách napríklad?
Tak já jsem studoval vlastně v Čechách, zkoušel jsem 2 různé univerzity a tak nějak mi to jako nevyhovovalo. A právě jsem na internetu, vlastně ještě máma to nějak našla, protože vždycky mě bavilo jako hrát počítačové hry a tak jsem si říkal, jako, že dobrý a prostě tady je degree, který má prostě zaměření jako na ten e-sport a je to rovnou k tomu máte MBA, takže vlastně jste Master of Business a můžete vlastně, když vás máte vystudovaný e-sport, můžete stejně jít makat prostě do banky, můžete s tím obrovský možnosti. A hodně té fyzické cesty, tak normálně z Prahy
ne, jasně.
Z Prahy normálně a pak teda vlakem se tam jede.
Aha. A ako je to ďaleko? Možno taká základná otázka.
Je to jako na hodiny?
No, trebárs.
Tak je to 2 hodiny letadlem a potom 7 hodín vlakem.
OK. A keď porovnáš štýl výučby v Čechách, hovoril si, že si skúsil, teda strednú školu máš za sebou a skúsil si 2 univerzity a to, čo zažívaš vo Fínsku, v čom je to iné, alebo lepšie, alebo horšie?
Mně to přijde rozhodně lepší v tom, že tam je ten takový jako individuální přístup víc, že občas jsem měl pocit v Čechách, že ten přístup těch učitelů byl spíš tak jako, že se vás vlastně jako ty učitele nezajímá ten individualismus těch studentů a tady ten učitel opravdu jako on chce, abyste to, oni i tím vlastně, že Finsko ten systém to má udělání, takže za každého studenta, který vlastně dělá ten degree, tak oni dostávají právě pak funding od státu, takže ty učitelé pak nejdou jako proti vám, ale jdou vlastně jako jdou vám naproti a vlastně se vám jako fakt snaží pomoct a snaží se vám vlastně, protože oni z toho taky benefitují, když to samozřejmě udělá.
Ale to asi aj čo chceš povedať, že to nie je tak striktne hierarchicky rozdelené.
Jo,
učiteľ je nad tebou ten s bičom, alebo on je ten...
Jo. Tady si třeba všichni si tady tykáme, jako vlastně oni neřeknou hned to na první hodině, že jako vlastně ať těm učitelům jako tykáme, ať říkáme jménem.
Okay. Kirsi, I was speaking to Tobias about the individual approach. This is the biggest difference between schools in Czech Republic, and he tried, Tobias, 2 universities. So if you can a little bit speak about problem-based learning or how you perceive education in Finland, how it should look or how it looks.
I think our teachers are usually really happy to help our students if we talk about the individual approach and how we can guide the students quite well, because we have rather small study groups, so it's always the teachers know their students quite well and they can always help them and are really willing to give any advice if there's anything that the students are looking for. We are talking about problem-based learning, sometimes phenomenon-based learning, that we are looking at different current topics and then trying to find the solution. And also we try to do a lot of sort of coaching, that the teachers are not always giving the answers directly, but the students have to be more active themselves and find the information, and the teachers are just coaching them how to find it and supporting that. So that's also the one element, that the students should be the active parties here in their studies.
And Tobias, while we have Kirsi here, so you can compare the toughness of school. Is it difficult if you compare it with the Czech universities, or is it very easy?
I wouldn't say it's very easy, but it's the difference between the systems. And in Czech, it's usually open your open your notebooks and now type things for hour and a half. I'm going to say things you type for 1 hour and a half. And in Finland, especially in this school, it's like there's a lot of group work, and there's a lot of like things you can actually apply. It's how it like works in life, not only school, not just on paper. And that's what so some may say in this form it's easier because you don't have to remember as many things, but you can actually use the things, and that's the hard thing for some people, because you actually have to do something and not just remember.
And you are not passive, but you have to actively participate in classes. I remember myself when I was abroad first time, It was few weeks in a year when we started in a school year, and we've been just waiting and sitting there until teacher someone says, because we got used of receiving information like this instead of asking and taking active part. Tobias, you studying, I think so Finland is quite progressive regarding technologies or education, and you study a subject which I don't think so in 2022 year it's not possible to study in Slovakia or Czech Republic. And I believe in Finland, you have it already for 5 or 7 years, which is it esports management?
Esports business, and I think it's esports.
That's the official name, but esports business management,
Yeah, but you learn all about it. You learn.
And what it is about? It's about playing games. You play a lot of.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people mistake it for. It's. I mean, of course, it has something to do with the games themselves, but it's more about understanding the landscape, the environment of the games, and how the industry as a thing works, and how we can, because there's also huge money in it, so that's why some people also go study it. But for me, it's the connection between a thing I like very much and a thing I can make money with. So it's the perfect, it's a job. It's always what they say. They'll say, find a job you love. And this is it for me, at least.
And Tobias, did you have any experience with esports management before? Or you came there as a empty blank paper and you receiving information?
I play one game for a team in the Czech Republic. So I guess from there, but as like the information I'm getting here, it's all new and it's all exciting.
Okay, Kirsty, back to you. If we can speak a bit about the school year, how it looks, and is there any like exams time when students have exams and lessons, how it is divided?
We have 2 semesters in the academic year. We normally start the studies at the end of October or beginning of September. And the first semester runs until Christmas, so it's a bit shorter semester. And normally the courses run for 1 semester at a time. And then there are new courses for the spring semester that starts early in January and ends at the end of May. So students have holiday basically June, July, and August.
Okay.
And we have quite a lot of group work, as it was already mentioned, and assignments. I would say that there are maybe less exams actually. So the teachers evaluate their students based on these assignments and group work and their efforts in the lessons and classrooms. And if there are exams, they are usually at the end of the semester, at the end of the course, and there are no specific exam weeks when you only have exams, but they are arranged during the semester depending on when the course ends.
And Tobias, what is the grading system? Like, what's the best mark you can get, or how it works? You get in like A, B, C, D, or you get numbers?
It's a reverse from Czech. So 5 is the best and 1 is the worst. Yeah, I called my mom like a week ago and I told her like, I have a 5. And she was like, what are you doing there?
Okay.
But that's
perfect. I didn't know, actually. I never asked. You say your mother lives back in Czech Republic, so you live on your own.
Yeah.
And let's speak a bit about expenses, like life expenses you have with your accommodation, food, free time. So what's your budget, and what's the minimum budget you could be living on?
I have a budget of 600 euros, I think, a month. And I could live with less, honestly. But so sometimes I buy stuff I don't like need, but I want, but that's fine with me. And I believe that the school provides all sorts of accommodation. So you just have to book, and you just have to be prompt, and the school books it for you. So it's very good. This is an apartment from the school. I have 4 roommates, and it's for a very affordable price. It's believe around 300 euros
Mhm.
a month. And yeah, the food, I mean, from Czech, the only difference in prices, everything is like twice the price, not really twice the price, but everything is still is a bit more expensive because the Finnish tax and everything has to be imported here. So yeah, the only thing is that you're gonna experience a bit of a culture shock with this. I would say.
But I think you can get used of, and maybe you can find work or
Yeah, you can find a job. There's a lot of job offers here. You can do Uber if you want. You can
really.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Maybe my final question to Tobias and then to you, Kersey. If you can, Tobias, compare the mentality. I believe you've been traveling before, so this is not first time for you abroad. But if you compare Finnish mentality as a people, what's the difference between Czechs and Slovaks and Finnish?
I would say the Finnish people are, for me at least, they're a bit boring. It's like Czech people are very like open and they joke about everything and kind of see that, you know, they're what's the word, sarcastic at times, and like they have their own culture around like beer and football and all these things. And Finnish people are a bit more silent, I would say, but if you get to know them, it's they're same people as we all are. It's just at first sight, I would say, yeah. But other than that, it's just a different culture.
But I believe in Finland they love beer also. So
yes,
Students definitely do.
And instead of football, they play hockey. So okay, Kirsi, final thought about application system, and if someone would like to apply for Finland to get quality education free of charge with reasonable cost of living, what are the basic ABC of sending application?
The application period is open from 4th of January until the 18th of January, so quite early at the beginning of next year. The applicants will be invited to take a written entrance exam that is taken online, so you don't have to travel anywhere. You can do it from home. And those who pass the written exam will be invited for an interview. So that is to test the oral language skills. And in the written exam, there's English language, some mathematics, decision-making skills, and these parts. And then those who get the best points from the both parts of the exam will be selected as students, and the results will be out in April.
Perfect. Okay, it was not last question, Tobias. If you can speak about this exam, how difficult it was, because you took it recently.
Yes.
So if you remember, hopefully you will remember what it was about.
The thing, I wasn't really studying for that test because and the thing is, you can't really study for it because it's like I would compare it to an IQ test. Yeah, you can't really learn but it's interesting. It just shows if you can actually think about things, not just on paper but in your head.
Excellent.
Yeah, so yeah, I would compare it to an IQ test.
Okay, perfect. Guys, thank you very much. It was very refreshing. It was good to see you, Tobias, in Finland. You are happy and smiling. So you are not depressed and missing beer and football. And thank you also that we have a chance to speak together. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.